Hi, and welcome back to Webination Station. This is Jason, and I'm your host for tonight for Get on Track, Stay on Track, helping you get your business going one expert at a time. Tonight, our expert is Christine DeGraff. Now, many of you know Christine DeGraff as the Circle Queen here on Google+, but she's so much more than the Circle Queen. I come to find that in our time of getting to know her. Christine is listed as one of the top 500 women in the United States for her profile on Google+. She's honored as one of New Jersey's best 50 women in business. She's a blogger at the Social Media Strategist. She blogs on topics like Google AdSense, online marketing. She is a partner and a web developer at Web Sketching Web Design, specializing in responsive website design. She's literally on every single major network, social media network. You cannot go to social media and not run across Christine DeGraff. She's an all-around social media addict, and she's a blossoming vlogger, so you can catch her over on YouTube. So, welcome, Christine DeGraff. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. Hey, everybody out there, you're going to have to bear with us because this is our first run, and we're just going to have a lot of fun. We're only going to have about a half an hour here, so we're going to really bang into this question. So make sure that you list your questions on the events tab, or if you're over on Twitter in Twitter chat, you can use the hashtag pound. What are we using? #OnTrackTips. Pound #OnTrackTips. We're also on Facebook. So today's question is how to monetize my social media. Pretty big question. Lots of people on the call today, excited to hear the answers. So why don't we just get started?
All right.
The first question.
Let's do it.
How'd you get started in social media, Christine?
Well, geez, I don't know. I guess Facebook, like anybody else, you know. And I was really just, you know, it's a natural part of being a web developer that you're gonna, you know, start getting involved with social media and Facebook. I came to Google Plus about a year and a half ago. I ran into the total ghost town effect. I left. I hated Twitter, and I just, you know, was pretty much on Facebook until, you know, I started really, I guess probably about 6 months ago, started saying, you know, I really just need to look into these other networks and see what's out there, and my eyes opened, you know, like really, you know, at the possibilities on Twitter and Google Plus that I just didn't feel I was getting on Facebook. You know, I felt like I was working so hard and the reach just wasn't there, and, you know, maybe I didn't do it well, I don't know, but, you know, I started realizing just the power of Twitter and Google Plus, and haven't looked back.
Yeah, well, you certainly have some power on Google Plus. There's no doubt about that. Say, when did you get started? How long have you been in social media?
I mean, I would say seriously, cat bomb.
Cat bomb.
On Google Plus and Twitter about 6 months now. Facebook maybe about a year before that.
Oh, okay.
And,
so you've only.
And YouTube is very new. I'm just starting with that.
Really? So you've been in social media 3 years?
At the tops, yes. But I've been, like I said, web development, SEO, you know, content marketing for a very long time. But just I was late to the social media party, that's for sure.
That's crazy because everywhere. I went to your Google Plus profile, and I encourage everybody on the show to do that. You have all of your social media networks listed there, and in every single network, you have a substantial following. That's amazing that you've done that in only 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, most of that was in the past 6 months. I started on, you know, I got connected with people on Zeme, on Empire Avenue, and just started meeting the right people and started really watching them and watching what they were doing. And, you know, they were everywhere, and I'm like, well, if they're going to be everywhere, I'm going to be everywhere. So, you know.
How many hours a day are you on social media?
Every hour.
Every hour.
Yeah. I guess you could say I kind of like, I mean, I put everything on hold, you know, for so many years. You know, I worked for other people. I had my own company, and it was always like, okay, next month I'll work on my blog. Next month I want to learn more about YouTube. Next month I'll get to this or that. Next month never came. I never had time. And then one day I said, you know what, I'm going to make time because I believe in this and I need to be there. It's the only thing I need to do. I'll starve if I need to, but I am going to get a presence built now and not miss out.
So what was your aha moment? Because I know you've got a very big web design background. You've been doing that for a number of years. When was your aha moment that you said, you know, I can really do something with this social media? There is some power here.
Well, I mean, even before social media, my aha moment was over 10 years ago when Google AdSense came out. And I did spend quite a bit of time developing some websites, getting some ads, you know, on there, and you know, just trying to monetize and all of that. But you know, I got busy. I had a family to raise. I had a full-time job, and you know, it kind of got put on the back burner. And I guess, like I said, about 6 months ago, I just woke up one day and I said, you know, I need to get back. I need to get back because that's where it is. I'm never going to be happy selling my time, selling my hours. I only have a certain amount of hours per day. You know, I need to have that reach so that when I do develop a product or, you know, for however I plan to monetize, I'm going to be ready.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I think that's really one of the meat of the question that I wanted to get to today. There's really two kinds of social media strategies, or two different things that people can be doing. You either A, have a product, a service, a brick and mortar, and you use social media to drive traffic to those products and services, to that brick and mortar. But there's a huge group of people, in fact I think a lot on this call, who started out in social media, built these, you know, big networks, have big social media following, but now they're sitting there asking themselves the question, you know, I don't really have a product, I don't really have, you know, somewhere to drive all this traffic. So now I've got this asset. What can I do with this? How can I drive this asset? So the first thing I wanted to ask, I know you've got web sketching design, and then you have blog.
Hello? Uh-oh. Hello, Jason? Okay. I don't know if we're on or not, but in the event that we still are, I suppose that I'm going to keep going since Jason seems to have dropped off. One thing that I would just encourage anyone out there is get started now. Don't wait. I mean, don't worry. If you don't have a product, that doesn't mean that you can't get started, that you can't. Hold on, am I still on? Be nice to know. Oh, I'm on. Okay, cool. Okay, welcome to the Christine DeGraff show. I took over Jason's show, so now it's all about me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure that Jason will be back on in a minute. In the meantime, go.
Hey.
Are we there?
Hey, we got it back.
Is it live?
We got it back. Yeah, I had a major meltdown. See, I'm in Ukraine right now, and we have power outages, and they happen whenever they feel like happening. And so they shut my power off.
Well,
right in the middle of our show.
You're lucky you came back because I tried to take your show over. So.
Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad. So are we still? We're still on. We're still live. We still have some people.
I'm not sure if we're still live.
All right, let me check. I'm going to go to the events tab and check it real quickly, make sure that we're back on.
Okay. Gary Hewitt said budget cuts.
Okay, good. All right. Hey, let's get back into it. Everybody, thank you so much. I'm going to give a quick shout out to my sister Mia Voss, because you know what it's like to have something fall apart in the middle of the show. It's not the Mia Voss Connect unless something breaks. So I guess I got a little bit of your
Hi,
Mia. All right. Well, we were just in the middle of a question, and I had just said that there's really two kinds of people use social media to drive traffic to an existing product or service, or you build your network first, and then you try to ask the question, how am I going to leverage this product. And some people say that's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. So let me ask this question, is the one I was getting to. Do you agree with that? Is that putting the horse before the cart? Is that still productive? Does it have value? Just talk a little bit about that.
I don't currently have a product per se. I think of myself as my product at this point. My job right now is to brand myself, and that's what I've been doing. Who knows where it can go? I mean, I have certain opportunities going. I'm working on new ones. I, of course, have some things to monetize my blog and stuff like that. But don't wait. Don't wait for the golden opportunity. Don't wait for the perfect product. Get started. People buy from brands. They do business with people. Get out there and get known, and start building a consistent brand with a consistent message. And if you are the brand, then so be it. Brand yourself, and get going. Get it. We have such an opportunity right now on Google Plus. It's so new and so untapped, and just don't miss out. I want to take a quick question, Jason, because Lance Fields just asked, what are my moral and ethical principles and practices for monetizing social media? And I think that is so important, and one of the reasons that, perhaps, I haven't made a lot of money on affiliate marketing and stuff like that is I have to believe in what I'm promoting. I have to believe in what I'm offering and what I'm, pushing. And, I am looking for some affiliate marketing opportunities. I'm testing things out. But, I mean, if I wouldn't buy it, then I don't want to, promote it to anyone else. That's for sure. So I think that, full disclosure is very important. As you know, I'm the brand ambassador for Send a Teddy now. I am promoting them, but I'm not doing it in a way that makes it that I'm not getting paid. And I was promoting them before I started getting paid, but it's not a secret. And I think that that's one of the things is don't try to keep things like that hidden, because you'll lose your credibility and trust. The most important thing is to gain credibility and trust is to promote products and services and people that you believe in.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about that then. You say that you didn't initially have a product or service, and so how did this relationship with Send a Teddy happen? What's a little bit of the backstory on that?
Well, I mean, I have various pages on Google Plus. Besides my profile, I've got the Circle Master. I've got brand perks. I've got different things, and if I like a product, if I think I've been building a relationship with certain people on here, I think their products are cute or worthwhile, and so if I have an opportunity to help them grow, I'm going to do it. And so I had a couple times just, promoted their page, hey, go check this out, or look at this cute little, teddy bear, and, as I said, I mean, past 6 months, I've really dived into full-time social media. I am full-time Google Plus, but no paycheck. So, at some point, I figured, well, I do need to make a little money, so I'm going to approach a couple people that I already have a relationship with and that I already promote anyway, believe in them, and make it like a more formal thing, help them grow, help, come up with strategies, and kind of get them on the right track for growth. Mm-hmm. So I just approached him, and she said, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, so that, I guess that answers one answer to the question. If how do I monetize social media? So even if you don't have a product or a service per se, then you can be the product or service just by leveraging that power. I know you and I had talked in the green room beforehand, and about. I mean, you really brought it, girl.
Thank you.
You and your circles, you brought it. I mean, anybody that's doing a show should pay to have you on for as much as you brought to the table. I mean, you've got we've got 400 people that have said that they were going to be on the show. You could have monetized that. I mean, that's of course not something. I don't know. That's up to you. But my point is, I could not have bought that kind of traffic to my site. So that in itself brings up the next question of not all monetization or social media is dollars and cents. I mean, there is this
absolutely.
There is this social currency, this underlying social currency that has equity, has value to it.
Well, and I mean, I think that one thing that really, goes a long way, and I've mentioned this before, is share knowledge for free. Help people, do unto others, pay it forward, whatever you want to call it. The more that you are out there trying to help others, the more that they are going to have your back when you ask them. I mean, the reason that, I think this is the third show that I've been on, and, each time 250 or so people, responded yes. And I think it's because, I think they trust me and they like me and they want to see me succeed. And I appreciate it so much, and I try to help them in every opportunity, and I think it goes two ways, and and providing value. Obviously there's so many people that are they don't know how they're going to monetize this, how they're going to leverage this this social media, and someone just asked, where do they look for affiliate marketing opportunities? And I mean, that's well, that's got a kind of a good question. There you go, Christy Birmingham. I'm actually running a page on Google Plus called Brand Perks. And one of the things that I'm doing there for both influence marketing and affiliate marketing is I'm testing things out. And I'm, then like kind of keeping a little log of like, this is what I think of this product, this platform. And am I making money on it? I'm very big on transparency. I am not rich by any means. I'm struggling like a lot of people, but I am positioning myself, and I believe have positioned myself to be in a very good place. I'm getting a lot of opportunities coming my way now. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to be able to pick and choose. If I do develop a product, I have the audience, and I think that that's a lot of, to do with it is position yourself. Get yourself in a position that when you're, ready, that you can make some money. The internet's not going away. Social media is here to stay, and it's new, it's exciting. The opportunities are only limited to your imagination. I truly believe that. If you have an imagination, if you have a passion, the opportunities are unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And there's no doubt that you're, when we first met, I think one of the emails that I wrote to you was, forgive me, Christine, I'm a little bit embarrassed, but I have to admit that I never really took circle shares seriously. But ever since I met you on Triber, and started reading your blog, man, you've got some amazing stuff. And then after that initial introduction...
That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
What did I say?
You basically said, please forgive me, but I just thought you were, a circle sharer and didn't really give you much credit at all until I read your blog and joined your tribe. And I appreciate that. And no, a lot of people don't. So that may be their first introduction to me. Sometimes I do come across kind of, annoying. Someone told me that they were really thrown off by my, I think I shared a circle, and it was like, I forget exactly what I said, but it was, my no more bullshit circle. Share this circle, that's it, no bullshit. Mm-hmm. And somebody said they were very thrown off, but then they read my blog, and they were like, oh, well, okay, she's bringing it. She's got substance there, So.
Well, and that's really that's kind of what I was getting at too, because there is so much. That's why I said I'm embarrassed. I was embarrassed that I even thought that, because once I got to know you, I mean, you have so much, and you're so genuine, you're so sincere, and that's like who is it? I think Dave Oldberg here. He's saying go ahead and plug your vlog is going to be going to be great to build your audience. And you're right. If anybody's watched Christine's blog, that's something that I just absolutely adore about you, Christine, is your transparency. You just have this kind of genuine, really transparent. You wrote a post about AdSense, and it gave some information in there that nobody is telling. Everybody tries to puff the numbers and overinflate, and you gave a realistic description of what AdSense is doing for you and how you're using it. I love your transparency.
Thank you. Stephen Hovanian just wrote, our tribe on Triber is legit. That's right, we are. It's awesome. I'm telling you, just a plug for my tribe on Triber. Oh my God, I cannot believe the quality of people that signed up. I was blown away. It was the first one I started. We have a reach of something like 1.5 million people or something like that. But I mean, it's awesome, awesome people. I'll put a link up so you can. I think I have all these great people in a list on Twitter, but I need to put them in a circle too because they're just blowing me away. They're awesome. So yeah. I forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah. We were talking about transparency, and somebody earlier, and I can't find the comment now, but somebody had said that if you're using social media just to monetize, then you're doing it wrong. And I was trying to segue into this that that your circle share, you're building your audience, everything that you're doing and others are doing. The motivation isn't it's not to spam people, it's not to sell. You have to have that layer of transparency, of genuineness, of paying forward. I mean, you have to have all that there. But I mean, come on, let's face it. We've all got a business to run. We've all got to pay some bills. So what do you think? What's the connector there?
Well, I mean, like I said, I think you're only limited by your own imagination. People will soon be monetizing, if they're not already, these Hangouts on Air communities. Stop. I mean, thinking about you're never, in my opinion, trying to get rich on Google AdSense isn't going to happen at this point. 10 years ago, yes, and I missed that boat. And I think that 10 years ago, you could have, if you had 1,000, if you were able to produce 1,000 pages and have some traffic going to each one, you were sitting pretty. But right now, it's not that simple anymore. You need to, if you're going to monetize with things like Google AdSense, and I do use it, and sponsored tweets and things like that, it's going to be, the culmination or, adding up all of these different efforts. So you've got a little bit coming in here and a little bit coming in there, and if you keep on having these income streams coming in, and if you have enough of them, you're going to start making money. And sometimes, that's what you need to do until you do get that big, that product or that aha moment, where you're like, well, now I know how I'm going to make, the really big money. I'm not the type of person that cares much about money. I tend to give away more than I keep, and usually to my kids, actually. But I just want enough to live and pay my bills. Really, for me, making money is more of a game. I've always been very entrepreneurial, and so if I kind of the bottom line is whether you succeed or not, a lot of times can be measured with, did you make a profit? So that's kind of how I see, certain things. And to me, the enjoyment is in the process rather than in the goal. As soon as I have several times, come up with something, and as soon as I started making money, I honestly lost interest and wanted to move on to something else. So to me, it's more the process and the rather than the finish line.
Mm-hmm. But would you say though that you can get caught in the trap of spending just too much time on social media? Don't we have to have a goal of some sort at the end of this?
Absolutely. And I think that you certainly need a goal and you need a strategy. And if you are spending all day and you're not reaching any goals, you might be wasting your time. My goal has been a lot of growing my reach, growing my network, meeting the right people. Right now, it's doing the the hangout round, circuit, and getting people to know me and building relationships. And I think that I'm doing what I set out to do. I'm meeting my goals. I'm at this point starting to say, okay, well now I need some monetary goals to, so that I can pay the bills and keep the electric on so that I can keep being on Google Plus, which is where I like to be. To me, that's I've built business relationships, friendships. I'll spend all day on Google Plus regardless because I love it.
Yeah, I see a number of people on the call right now who I look at them and I watch their activity and I think, how can you possibly be this active, producing this kind of amazing content, and still have a business behind the scenes? You already mentioned Stephen Hovnanian, who's from Triver. I mean, you read his stuff; he's just absolutely amazing, and he's everywhere. You can't. I mean, he's one of those guys. Mike Alton, who's going to be on the show next week, helping people like myself who are not natural bloggers, going to help us on how to understand content creation. We'll be doing that on Friday. Ronnie Bincer, I saw him on the show. I mean, does the guy ever sleep? I don't know. But, I mean, he's got some amazing products out there with his Hangout Mastery class. And who else? Oh, yeah, Scott Bueller. Scott, man, I'd love to have you on the show. I love the way that he's leveraging his social media. He's got an amazing affiliate based website, and he tells you right off the bat. I really, if anybody wants to see a good way of leveraging social media and a website, definitely check out Scott's Bueller's site. Do you have any people you'd like to shout out real quick, Christine? Some people who you really admire and kind of draw from out there, or?
Oh, I hate to do that because I tend to miss people when I do that, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because I mean honestly, to me everybody is I love interacting with all of them. I think man, you were talking in the green room about what I hate to say I forget what exactly we were saying, but the people who aren't in the inner circle, let's just put it that way, or the new people, the people, people tend to just push them aside. And to me, I mean, those are the people that if you are reaching out to them, if you are friends with them, if you are helping them, they're just going to be, they have your back and they're standing behind you and they want to see you succeed. If you're trying to help other people, they're gonna remember that and they're gonna be taking care of you as well. I have a circle that I call my evangelists, and if anybody would be someone I would shout out to, it would be them. The people that are sharing my events and they're coming to them and they're talking about me and they're wishing me luck and sharing my website and I mean, they don't have to do that. Nobody's getting paid to share my links. Nobody's getting paid to help promote me. The fact that they are doing it because they want to, I mean, that's like priceless. It really is. And, those are the people that I check on all the time and make, see what they're doing because they're very important. They're the most important, people of all.
And we're actually a little bit over time, but because we went black for a few minutes, we'll cut this and it'll still be a half an hour in post. So I wanted to hit another really important question here, and that I really appreciate that you and I had talked about in the green room, and that was, there seems to be this notion that we have to get as close to the big influencers and in order to get traction and get social signals and get authorship, and there's a lot of talk about that, and it's very legitimate discussion. But one of the concerns that I had is, what about the little guy? What about the new people that are coming into this platform that don't understand spam? Can I tell you how many people I have in my circle that are my evangelists simply because I reached out to them and I let them very politely know that might not be the best way to promote. Can we talk in private message and help? And they went, wow, I just had no idea about that. Or let me ask you a specific question. What about brands? I mean, Google Plus is awesome because we have brands can act like people, like they can't do on Facebook, but yet people have this, I see so many people that look at brands and go, oh, I don't want anything to do with the brand. I want people. I don't want the brand. What do you think about brands?
it blows my mind. I have heard someone say, I don't want to add this circle. It's full of brands and pages. I'm like, aren't you a business to business? I follow all the brands. Why would you not want to follow the brands? The brands is the ones that you should be following. You know, if you're especially business to business, I mean, nobody wants to follow brands. I follow all of them. I'll take them if you don't want them, because that's, you know, I am a business to business marketer, you know, and I mean, to me, that's the ones to follow. You know, I think I told Mia Voss, we were talking one day, and we said, you know what, if you're not in the inner circle, make your own inner circle. And, you know, if you're doing a good job, if you're getting out there, if you're, you know, genuine, transparent, whatever, and helping people, you know, people notice you. The people that you look up to and admire, they're going to notice you. You know, I've been circled by all of the people that I look up to and admire. And, you know, I think it's just because they are paying attention. I mean, you know, they know what they're doing. They're paying attention. You can only circle so many people. You can only build relationships with so many people. Make everyone count. Make every relationship that you do build, make it count. You know, and that's all. Oh, newbie, you're scared to death.
I love it, Mark. Can I tell you how amazing that is? Everybody that's on this call, go and find Mark Seidel and circle him, okay? Let's help Mark Seidel get used to and understand Google+. Hey, you know, that brings, in our green room, we were also talking, you said something the other day, and I did it today. Find that page where nobody is talking, nobody's plussing, nobody's commenting, and they're trying. Man, they are trying as hard as they can, but they just can't get traction. If you're the guy that goes in there or gal, and you plus something or you comment and you start to engage that person, then I just had 3 people since that last conversation that have circled me and say, wow, you're awesome, thank you so much. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, all right, I'll do a shout out to a couple pages. Adia Jules, Shop Baker's Nook, Send a Teddy, and oh my gosh, I'm forgetting a big one. I'm gonna write it down. But these people are, I mean, they're out there trying, like I said, so hard. They are sharing people, they're sharing circles, they're plussing stuff, they're commenting stuff, they're doing everything they can. They believe in Google+. You know, they're not the ones who are still stuck on Facebook. They are really, truly believers of Google+. Stones and Harmony Jewelry. And she is such a sweet lady. I promoted her one day. I saw that she had a great post. I shared it. You know what? She sent me a beautiful necklace as a thank you. I mean, these people are just really nice people and trying as hard as they can. And I mean, some of them need a little help, you know, and I'm reaching out to try to help some of them, but, you know, give it back to them because they really are working it.
Yeah, did you see that post this week? And maybe Stephen, if you're still here listening, put that post up that Ben Fisher and yourself, Christine, I think you were in on that.
Yeah.
Businesses talking about helping each other out, being genuine, being real. There was scoring involved in that. Not going to go into it. Everybody that's listening, go to the comment stream, read that. Okay, hey, look, we're wrapping it up. We said it's only going to be half an hour, and if I learned anything from Seinfeld, I learned that it's always best to hang up and leave people wanting more. I learned that from George. So. Closing words. Anything, Christine, you wanted to throw us with for a quick goodbye?
I'm gonna plug a page that I do. It's brandperks.com, and that name may change. I'm not sure, but I am there. Is what I'm doing is trying to figure out exactly how to monetize social media. So if you want to keep up with what I'm doing there, and you know, I've already put out some recommendations. You can go there. And also my website, which is christinedegraff.com. And Excellent. You can see my vlogs there, too.
Excellent. And I'm Jason Weiser, and I'm with Webination Station. I'm the owner of Christians in Business Community here on Google+. and getting ready to launch Wiser Sites, which is specifically for people who need to get from WordPress.com to WordPress.org. We help take the pain out of that process for you. So make sure you tune in next week, or actually not next week, but Friday, we're going to have Mike Alton is going to be on the show, and then next week we're going to have Rand Wilson on the show. We've got a whole bunch of others coming on. If anybody else would like to is willing to raise their hand and say, I'd like to be on Get on Track, Stay on Track show, send me a PM, private message. We'd love to have you. Thank you so much, Christine DeGraff. You are a rock star.
And
we all love you. You're a sweetheart. You are the Circle Queen and more. All right. We'll see you, everybody. Thanks so much.